you train a lot of women. You said how many? What's the percentage of women that?
95% female.
95%.
Mm-hmm.
And what are those women typically looking for when they come to your gym?
I mean, ultimately, you got to think about it. First thing is about the body. If it's all physical at first, but I always tell people, man, if you let me tap into like up here, you get your mind right. My favorite thing to tell people is get your mind right.
Yeah.
Like I said, it takes a made up mind before I get the body right. And most people don't understand that. Most people, first thing I want to do is I want to come in. I did some sit-ups that I should have a stomach.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works. Like I said, it starts with your eating. It starts with where you hold on to so much shit that you don't even realize.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, get your mind right before you ever walk into the gym.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Smitty and D Show. Of course, I am Tony D, and in the studio, guys, he's gonna get our whole body and our mental all the way together. Guys, you have seen this man all over social media. Thousands of people come to a class. You've never seen anything like this in your entire life. We had to have him on the show. Welcome to the studio, guys. He's amazing. He's amazing.
I appreciate that.
E.F.F.E.C.T fitness guru, owner, and trainer, Mr. Dooley. Hello, friend.
How you doing?
Oh my gosh.
I appreciate that.
You are healing.
That
you are
introduction.
healing.
That's what's up.
What is really going on? How are you getting all these people to come to these classes in the droves?
Just stick it to the script, man.
Thousands in one class, Dooley. Thousands.
Did that a lot of times, actually.
I was actually told on Saturdays I should come because you could have 2,000 people in this one class.
I agree. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think Saturdays is my favorite day of the week. It's back to playing college football. It's like game day.
What got you into this?
Not being good enough at football.
Really?
Yeah, like not making an NFL roster and you know, the dream was to play football for my whole life.
Right.
So when you realize that that's not going to happen, the next best thing is fitness, is working out, is staying healthy, and then you realize, shit, this is pretty good. I'm impacting lives. Still can make some money. Yeah, make some good money. Yeah. So that was it.
Yeah.
Not being good enough at football made me want to be the best at fitness.
So you're so popular that even our dear friends at the Tyler Perry Studios, Tyler Perry himself has helped out, and he's kind of like co-signing, just like how amazing you are. What has that been like? And how did you guys meet? Just
the first job, I've only had one job, really and truly. So when I first moved to Atlanta in 2009, my first job was at Tyler Perry Studios. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I think I was hell-bent on being consistent. Mm-hmm. So you got to think, I had that job for 7 years. In 7 years, I've never missed a day of work.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's no call-outs. There's no none of that type of stuff. So the beautiful thing about that was I was at work every single day for 7 straight years, and I got to see him.
Yeah. Work.
Yeah. That was great for me, for a man that has it all. The grind, the work he was putting in. I was like, shit, what the hell am I thinking about taking a day off?
You know, I want to talk about your experience, but I also want to discuss, because I don't feel like Tyler gets his flowers enough. Man. What are some misconceptions that you can probably clear up about him? Because people think,
I guess
whatever.
I'm gonna tell you a story that I remember vividly. It was Christmas 2010, and I was at work, and the studio's closed, but Tyler Perry was at work too. Mm. And that was like an alarm that went off for me that day. It was like, you gotta think, Christmas Day I'm working from 8 to 4. Studio's closed, and nobody there. We're just making sure nothing is going on. Right. But he was there, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Mm. Like, you ain't enjoying the mansions, the helicopters, the fruits of your labor. And he was in there just writing, and I was like, damn, bro. Like, he the man. Mm-hmm. He the man.
Mm-hmm. He's given a lot of people opportunity.
And that's the most people think, again, we would be just repeating what people should already know is a lot of people opportunities. A lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. He's been definitely instrumental in the city of Atlanta, but also in the culture.
Just the culture in general. Yeah.
Music culture. Yeah. Okay, so you build bad bodies, apparently, y'all. I've asked him for a dumpster truck because she's a little lacking, man. I got all thighs all day, but I need something to support. You know what I'm saying? I need a little support. So walk us through this process. How many women do you or people do you think you've transformed? And let's talk about when you're taking classes in the actual gym versus doing virtual.
The best thing about E.F.F.E.C.T, well, I'm gonna say the best thing for people, E.F.F.E.C.T Fitness, we're 95% female.
Really?
We're 95% female.
Wow. Okay.
And out of that 95% female, I would say about 92 is African American female.
Okay.
And that's a thing I'm extremely proud of, because they always say black people don't work out.
Yeah.
And I beg to differ. Like I said, I didn't come from that, but what I said, since I moved to Atlanta and gotten here, I've realized that when it's done right, they'll come work out.
Yeah.
When it's done, yeah. And then the I guess you say the pros and cons of just virtual workouts or in-person workouts, you start to think about, like, I always tell people, if you ever get a chance to experience E.F.F.E.C.T Fitness in the house, it's like a church and a concert and a family reunion, and then it's a kickback. So you get all that. You get all of that all day.
I heard it's a sense of community, and a lot of people do business.
Absolutely. And that's one thing we pride ourselves on is, like I said, we got this thing we do on Saturdays. It's called Vendor Saturday. So everybody that's a member of E.F.F.E.C.T Fitness, if you have a business of any kind, don't matter what it is, we'll allow you on Saturdays, which is our day we have the most people throughout the gym. We'll allow you to come sell your products.
I love that.
Yeah, we'll allow you to come sell your products, sell. I mean, it's the best. That's the best thing about the gym is the community.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about a lot of gyms go into debt. How come you are not? What's so different about your
Good
gym
question. Great
opposed
question.
to all the other gyms that's out there?
I never went to the bank for money. I don't know if it was the right thing to do, but I knew they was going to tell me no before I ever even started.
Wow.
So what I told myself was, I'm going to save myself this no, and I'm going to take my ass to work.
Right.
So I just said, I'm going to go to work first. So, and still to this day, we didn't go to the PPE loan line. We didn't go to the Wells Fargo when they was giving out all that money. We still haven't done any of that. So that's the thing that I always tell people about gyms is, like, you cannot just have a bunch of equipment in the gym thinking that's going to save your gym. You got to have a product. And you gotta have customer service, and you gotta be good at it.
You do. You do have to be good at it. Huh. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
but stay out of that long line.
Yeah. But I think the other thing too is, and my producer told me this, you focus on low income sometimes.
I do.
Yeah.
Because that's where I come from. Like, you gotta think, I'm from a place in Louisiana, which is Winnfield, Louisiana, where the average annual income is only $28,000 a year. So you gotta think how I grew up is. And the funny thing about it, I didn't realize how, I don't want to call it poor.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much money we wasn't making until I went somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah, it took me to go somewhere. It's like, wow, that's the best job is paying about $30,000 to $35,000 a year. The best job.
Yeah. Wow.
And you got people trying to feed 3 miles, and like,
Ooh.
so that was. And then when I start to fast forward and look at, like, today, like, I'm in an area now in Metropolitan where it ain't much better. It ain't much better. It ain't much better.
So we posted something recently about African American women and their health. And the comments were very lively. Let's just say that. They did not believe any of the stuff that this woman was saying. But the woman basically was saying that, listen, we cannot lose weight like our white women counterparts because of our body structure and the amount of stress that we're on a regular basis and all the things that we have to do. But not just that, we're predisposed to be bigger people or maybe hold on to water more.
And I'm going to take it a step further. We inherit what I call the black tax as successful black people, where, say for instance, you're the most successful black sibling person in your family. It's like it's your responsibility to help fix and bring everybody along. And a lot of times it's women. Where they still paying mama bills and they still got to make sure your grandma good and your little brother need this and your ex-boyfriend that y'all got this apartment together. It's just a lot of crazy stuff. So I always tell people, like, I got the predisposed, but that black tax you still carrying around. I don't think people realize that's a real thing.
It's a real
It's
thing.
a real fucking thing.
So let's talk about the other piece of this, which is what she was saying, was that our body structures are technically different, right? And so there's something called slavery hypertension hypothesis.
Okay, let me
right?
hear this.
So essentially what this is when we were going through the slave Atlantic trade, there were certain bodies, black people, that were not going to be able to make this voyage, and there were others that could. And apparently there's an old tale that's saying that some of these people that were on the boat, the white men, they would lick people's faces to see how much salt was in their skin, or that they were sweating. But the hypothesis basically is those who were able to survive the voyage had a higher sodium content, so they were able to hold on to more water. So those who did not,
it's going to keep you big.
Yes. So those who did not make the voyage, who didn't survive, they eventually perished. But now we are a society of people who have or are predisposed to hypertension because of that sodium.
I think it's still environment. You go back to think about how toxic that environment was coming over here on it, and then in today's society, it's the same. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
So do you see the difference in the body types with African American women versus others?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
what about training them?
So, like I said, the thing that I always try to get people to tap into is not so much about, like I said, it was just sodium intake. It's more so the consistency.
Okay.
Like I don't teach people how to eat first. I teach people how to show up here every day.
Okay.
And what I realized is if I can teach you to show up here every single day, I can change some of your habits. So the more healthy you, stronger you get, the less you'll want to eat some certain things. The less you'll want to do just stuff that don't make sense anymore. Like I said, I work on the consistency part first.
Okay.
Yeah, we start with the workout first.
We need to work on consistency.
Yeah, we got to just do it every day first. Period.
Yeah. Period.
Before we start having an opinion, let's be consistent.
Be consistent.
Yeah.
What about the foods and things?
Whew.
Who works on that? Okay, you're on the workout. Who's handling the food?
So we got the food too, but it's like I always tell people, like we're talking about building certain bodies. Like you have to work out. You have to lift some weights. I mean, eating great is huge. I'm not gonna say it's not, but you got to have some workout.
Yeah.
You gotta have some workout about you. Yeah.
You do. Okay. So do you agree that African American women do have a different body structure than their?
Absolutely.
Do you think it is harder for them to lose weight?
I don't even want to put that on us. I don't want to label us as harder. I'm just gonna say, again, if you be consistent, it'll happen.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I don't want to even label that as saying that it's harder for black women. I ain't finna put that on there. I ain't finna put that on us no more.
I will say that I was looking at the statistics before we did the show, and it's like 60% of all African American women are obese. However, women in Nigeria or Ghana, it's less than 8%.
Where's that study coming from, though? Like what are we talking? Who told us that?
Who said that?
Like I ain't buying that shit. I ain't buying it, cause I'm not.
Yeah. But they're
I
saying
think that's the problem. The person that wrote that book and said that can't even relate.
Yeah.
They can't even relate.
So everybody to them is going to be overweight.
Yeah, if you based off height, that's But people, and then people don't realize muscle weighs more than fat anyway.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I don't believe everything I read.
Okay.
I don't believe.
I know that's right.
I don't believe everything I read.
All right. So you're a businessman. How does that work with business and family?
That's the thing. I've always tried to keep them separate. I don't know if that's possible right now, but I try. I've always said that when I'm at work, I'm gonna be at work, and when I come home, I don't want this to affect home.
Yeah.
So I've always tried to keep them separate.
Okay, so you're not married yet.
Not yet.
We talked a little bit about this before. Why? Why are you not married yet, Dooley?
I don't even know if I'm good enough yet.
What do you mean?
I'm just.
Like I mean, talk to us like a real man, like not a real man, but you know what I mean?
Like I get you. Like when you start to think about like marriage, it's something. I saw one or two people my whole life that was married and actually happy.
Ooh.
And none of them was in my family. Then you just take it a step further. You look at today, you like, whew, I don't want to play with that. I don't want to get married and then still be. You know what I mean? I ain't doing that shit. I don't want to do that. So I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm trying to get better. I'm gonna be married one day, and I'm gonna have a big fun wedding too.
I love it.
but
make sure I'm there.
But right now, I don't. I want to be right.
Yeah, you
I want to do it right.
Do you think a lot of men have this ideology?
I don't want to speak on it for them.
Yeah.
I do.
Do you?
I'm gonna put my hand up and say I do.
Will you talk to your friends?
And when I know them, they do. But I'm just saying, I'm just gonna speak on my behalf right now. I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all
it's a lot
scared.
Of responsibility.
I'm taking it a step further. We don't want to be hurt either.
Ooh.
Yeah, man, scary. And not scary like scared to protect the house, scared to provide, scared like I'm gonna fail, or scared that she ain't gonna love me forever too.
Ooh.
Yeah, man, scary. Man, scary. In that capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always tell people I ain't scared of shit, but not being great. That's the only thing I'm afraid of. I'm scared not to be great.
Yeah.
And I have zero experience in marriage, and I've talked to zero men who I look at and be like, I want to be like you in that capacity. You know, we all have our role models and people we look up to, but I don't know a man that I look up at in that area. Where I look at his marriage and the way he lives life, and I want to be like him. So I'm like a fish out of water on that one. Like I don't got no mentor that I can talk to about what it's like to be married and fighting and fighting for something you really care about. I don't got no man like that. And I love my dad and I love my uncles. They ain't good at girls. They ain't fucking good.
All right, so you train a lot of women. You said how many? What's the percentage of women that?
95% female.
95%. And what are those women typically looking for when they come to your gym?
I mean, ultimately, you got to think about it. First thing is about the body. If it's all physical at first, but I always tell people, man, if you let me tap into like up here, you get your mind right. My favorite thing to tell people is get your mind right.
Yeah.
Like I said, it takes a made up mind before I get the body right. And most people don't understand that. Most people, first thing they want to do is want to come in. I did some sit-ups that I should have a stomach.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works. Like I said, it starts with your eating. It starts with where you hold on to so much shit that you don't even realize.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, get your mind right before you ever walk into the gym.
Got you.
Yeah.
When the women are coming in, are they trying to get their bodies together to make them more competitive in the industry? In dating, marriage, what's the logic?
I get all. You know,
I want to get a husband.
The first one is my birthday. Everybody want to get in shape for their birthday.
Okay.
Or then I want to get in shape for this trip.
Yep.
Or I want to get in shape for this reunion.
Yep.
So it's always something. But then I always tell them like, you know, you're gonna swell up if you stop. And I'm blunt with them. If you stop now, I tell them you're gonna swell up. Don't lose all this weight.
I'm sorry, what now?
What? You're getting it right back.
Swell? What does this mean?
You're gonna swell up, meaning like when you take your body on that to that place where you're trying to, I'm finna cut weight, I'm finna get right, I'm finna get my mind right, and you do it for 2-3 months in a row for your birthday or just that reunion we was talking about, and you just stop after it's over.
Yeah. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Has Tyler come in and trained yet?
Not trained. He's been to the gym a bunch of times. He's been to the gym a bunch of times. Yeah.
Let's do some bragging. How many? Who's coming to this gym? I want to know.
Ooh, you got some people coming in there. You got, of course, you got TP. That's he up there. You got your.
I know Cam Newton.
You got Cam. That's my dog. You got Arian. One of my first clients that I used to train Arian in a garage. And I'm like, people that came to me in that garage,
you got a certain love for that.
Oh man, you coming to this place? You gotta think this business started in a 2-car garage. It didn't start we didn't have a building that people came to. They was coming to an apartment on Piedmont.
Y'all, he got a gym that 2,000 people can be in that class.
Yeah.
One class.
Yeah, and I used to have 5.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Again, what do you think is so different? Do you think it's your instruction? Do you think it's your mental?
I give a fuck.
I
I give a fuck.
There you go.
Yeah,
End the story.
Yeah, I give a fuck.
You give.
I care. Like I want people like that. Better than money is being impactful for me. So
got it. What's more impactful? Oh, I want to say what's more, but something else that's impactful. You're in a fraternity.
Absolutely.
You're in Omega Psi Phi.
Omega Psi Phi.
You know, I like to call them the purple people.
Purple people. That's us. That's us.
What you guys got going on?
SNS. That's one of the biggest events in Atlanta, and they have it every year. It's an amazing group of like people coming together. Where you got all these, you know, Atlanta's the Black Hollywood.
Yeah, we're in Mecca.
That's it. And then you're gonna see thousands of people dressed up, looking good, smelling good, great music, concerts, food. It's just gonna be an amazing event, and that's gonna be June 7th. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be real dope.
Then you have another event coming up,
which is 2 weeks after that, and that's gonna be the Metropolitan 5K. That's something I'm probably most proud of in my life, actually.
Yeah.
Like in my life. That story goes from, I remember one day I was having boot camp on the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
And I never close. I never take days off. And my gym was empty. And I had never experienced that. And then the next day, everybody said, well, we went to go run the Peachtree.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I said, okay. The Peachtree, it was 4th of July, which is Independence Day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I made my mind up that day, and that was 2016, that I'm going to have my own race on Metropolitan, and it's going to be on Juneteenth.
I love it.
It's going to be on Juneteenth. And I got it.
Yeah.
We got it.
How many people are you expecting this year?
We got about 2,000 people this year.
Hey! After
so this is our 5th year, though.
You might get more than 2,000 after this.
Yeah, it's going to be dope because, again, it's Juneteenth. Metropolitan may be the blackest street in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Stewart Avenue, Metropolitan, outside of Bankhead.
Yeah.
Metropolitan is it. And for us to be able to do that and then do it right way, and I always tell all my members, I always say, hey, if you take your ass over there to go run that Peachtree and you don't run this 5K in Metropolitan and you black, I'm going to be on your ass. I'm going to be on your ass.
You heard it the first time.
And I don't even make no bones about it. Because don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
At least do it on June.
At least do both.
Yeah, I got you. All right, so let's talk about black men and their health, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did a show about hospice wives.
Okay.
And I said there's a group of men that hit 50, and then they go through this whole cycle of ailments, and they kind of trickle down, and it goes down or whatever. But can you speak to, and I don't know how old you are, but can you speak to the men that are crossing over to 50 or past 50, and what kind of things they need to be looking out for?
Come see me. First and foremost, come see me, because again, lifting weights, exercising, it's kind of like it's the best medicine. Mm-hmm. It's the best medicine, because the first thing you do when you go to the doctor, they're gonna prescribe you something.
Right.
I don't give a damn how healthy you are. If you go in there and they put you that machine on you, they're gonna find something wrong. Mm-hmm. You gotta think. We got imaging, right? So you looking through you got a chip in your elbow. Now you need elbow pain, elbow pills. I can see your ear is like this, so you need ear pills. Like I was like, some of the stuff that they're prescribing for people, you just kind of like, damn, that don't even make sense. Mm-hmm. But then, how many people go to the doctor and they don't prescribe you, and the doctor don't get paid?
That's true.
You gotta. So I always tell people, man, don't just, like I said, when we talking about reading books, like don't go in there and just double check them too. Yeah. You can get a second opinion. It's okay to get a second opinion. But for the men that's crossing over that 50 part, like I'm saying, first get your prostate checked, because we know what that's doing to black men. Mm-hmm. The exercising is, God, it's okay. It's okay. And what are you eating?
That part. What
are you eating?
Yeah.
And lastly, what are you surrounded by? What's the environment like? Like what's
But sometimes the environment
is it's worse than what you're even eating. Yeah. Like what you're thinking is killing you more than what you're eating.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Spirituality. Mm-hmm. We talked about this a little bit earlier.
I love God.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Black men in the church. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it. What's going on? How come we don't see y'all in the church? What's going on? How we don't see you?
It's like that thing. It's like what we talked about with the marriage part. You don't want to be called fake or look like you're failing at being a good Christian. Okay. So black men feel like if I go to church, then I can't be myself when I'm outside of church. I can't cuss, and I can't go to the strip club, and I can't go out. And I always tell people, like, I love God so much, but I'm gonna cuss until I die. And you can't tell me that cussing makes me a bad person. I don't give a damn who's telling me that. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to like black men in the church, I feel like they want to try to be perfect, and you don't feel like you can do both. You don't feel like I can go to church on Sunday and still be myself. Mm-hmm. So I think I feel that's why a lot of black men don't.
Yeah. I'll tell you a story. I went to Haiti, right, and I had a business in Haiti, and I would go back and forth, and I learned the true definition of curse or cuss, if you will. So cuss is like, you damn shit, whatever. Mm-hmm. But curse.
Yeah, I mean, like a spell, damn near, right?
Yeah, curse
I'm
is
from
like,
Louisiana.
I hope you don't prosper. You know what I mean?
Like that's
a curse. And we need to really think about that, because we accidentally curse people and don't even realize we're doing it. But we're so focused on the word.
Word is not the word.
Yeah, it's what you believe and what you're saying.
So that's why I always tell people when my cousin's coming from a place of love.
Yeah.
I can't even cuss at you. I don't give a damn about you. There's no way I'm cussing at people I don't give a damn about. So you can't tell me that's always bad. I care about this person. That's why I'm cussing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear up one misconception about you.
I like talking.
But you don't.
I don't.
I can't tell, guys.
I teach classes all day. I got a mic. I love music so much. I just like to hear. I told somebody yesterday that if they don't make any more music in life, I'll be fine with what we got. Like just the music that's in the world that I haven't heard and all the art. I love music. I would rather just listen to people sing and instrumentals all day. I don't have to talk.
Yeah.
But people think because I'm in a room of hundreds of people every morning teaching a class that's what I like to do is give instructions and talk. I would rather not.
Yeah.
But I know that the way I'm going to say it is going to get through to people.
Gotcha.
That's why I talk.
I think that you're so real that it does. We're
because
so
I don't even know how to fucking play.
Yeah.
Like, I don't play.
I see that. You do daily meditate or motivational quotes. One of my favorites, you either get paid for decisions you made years ago or you pay for decisions that you made years ago. What else do you have for us now?
I've been doing that daily quote thing for about the last, I say 15 years, right? So Fake Fitness is almost 15 years old. And it started with me sending a message to just the 15 members I had. I used to send a text message and started out as a text message just to kind of keep people engaged. And the one we used today was about people having tough conversations and walking around with tension and thinking that I'm keeping the peace by not talking about certain tough conversations. And I realized that I was battling that myself because this shit I wanted to say, I said, I just ain't have this conversation and get this over with. But I'm walking around mad about something and I'm allowing what I'm mad about, what I'm supposed to have a conversation about, triggering me with other people I'm having conversations with when I should have just got it off my chest a long time ago. Like I said, people walking around with so much tension, stress, anxiety about shit they need to handle that they don't even know how to handle the next conversation. That's why they can't build quality relationships. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
He's a pastor, and he could get your body together.
I can get your body together for sure. I damn sure could do that.
Dooley, is there anything that we left off the table that you want to share with the listener and the viewer?
E.F.F.E.C.T Fitness is the place that if you working out and trying to get your mind, body right, come see us. I said we're a community of people that give a damn, first and foremost. Again, we don't tell you what shit costs, we show you value. So instead of us always getting the numbers, we can talk numbers. We can tell you we got 5,000 people and we $1 million this and do all of that. We can say all of that. But when you come to that place, you're going to get a different feeling because it's coming from a right place. So if you give us an opportunity, I always tell people just come see us. And if you can't see us, go get our app. We got an app. So COVID was a blessing to us because, again, we didn't have an app at first. So we had, being kicked off, Facebook and Instagram was the best thing that ever happened to us. Like, we got kicked off, I think we had music playing in the background for classes. You play a certain song, it's going to flag it. Yeah, so we don't know what the hell that means. But I said, you know what, this will never happen to us again. So I said, I want my own app. Bought our own app. I remember when it launched. It was 2020. It was August. And I'm going to say this. Very first day we launched, it was a shit show. It was terrible. It was awful. It was too many people on at one time, Wi-Fi, hard bandwidth. No, it's a no-go. It was awful. And one of our members left a message that was so honest. She said, "This is the worst shit I've ever experienced in my life." But it was so good for me because it sparked some shit in me where I say, this will never happen to us again, and we're going to be great. Now we got 10,000 people working out with us virtually.
10,000?
I watch that video once a month to remind me of, hey man, stay on your shit.
Wait, 10,000?
So we got 10,000 people working out with us virtually. E.F.F.E.C.T on demand.
And then 2,000 on Saturday in person.
Yeah, that's in person. We're talking about on the line. Online, we got a whole community out there.
I've never seen 2,000 people working out at one time.
You gotta check us out.
That's got to be a spiritual.
That's what I say. It's different. It's a community. But that day, that weekend, when we launched that app, and it was awful. That shit was bad. It was bad. And she didn't lie.
Yeah. But
I still use her for motivation too, though. And I appreciate that. I appreciate her honesty, because she's like, this shit is terrible.
Yeah. Well, I was super excited because I've seen the videos, and everywhere. They're everywhere. You see thousands of people.
Good. And they black.
And they're black. And they know all the routines, y'all.
Yeah.
They add their little.
Oh, we kick them out. They don't got no rhythm.
They add their own stuff in there. And you're just like, do they all know the same?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, I love it, Dooley. I'm so happy that you came. Please let everybody know where they can find you.
E.F.F.E.C.T Fitness on Instagram, E.F.F.E.C.T Fitness on Facebook. We don't got Twitter, I don't think. I don't know nothing about that.
Okay.
But just
find
us on Metropolitan. Come to 1995 Metropolitan Parkway.
And it really is the who's who of Atlanta that's in.
Yeah, it's gonna, and they come to the hood.
Yeah.
And we take care. We got our own security.
Okay.
So that's great.
All right. Okay.
So, feel safe.
Yeah.
We got you on Metropolitan.
I love it, guys. I love it. Dooley, thank you for coming in.
Appreciate you.
Guys, if you like this type of content, and I know you do, please make sure like, share, comment, and subscribe. And of course, if you want to get in contact with us directly, you can email us at info@smittyand.com. Again, that's info@smittyand.com. And until next time, guys, take care of one another.